So Robinhood down another 6% yesterday. A lot of financial services are tanking hard right now. Is that creating an opportunity for us, or should we be running the other way? In today's video, we're going to be talking about how I'm playing Robinhood. If you drop a comment down below, I'm also going to give you my full Ark Options Strategy ebook completely 100% for free. Just drop a comment and I'll send that over to you. Hit that like button, that subscribe button. And of course, I hope you guys are having an absolutely God-blessed day, guys. But trust me, I feel your pain. I don't like making these videos. Okay, I don't. Some of my favorite companies right now are selling off extremely hard. How do I try to approach this? Well, I try to approach this from a logical perspective, especially since we've been making a lot more videos than usual on Robinhood, on SoFi. These are some financial services companies that I love, that I use, right? Especially like a SoFi. And I always go back to what are the fundamentals of this stock? Do I still believe in the fundamentals of this company? Just because it's getting beat up right now, does it mean that will it be doing that in the future? Now, of course, I'm no financial advisor. I can't predict the future. Nobody can. But I always go back to that. Would I be proud owning this stock long term, especially if it gets beat up? So Robinhood is on my watch list of one of those stocks that I want to get more of a position in. Now, if we head over here on Ark Picks, we could see that currently trading at 71.78. We are now below, well below all our key moving averages that I look at when I'm selling puts. More on that in just a moment. We could see at our 50-day moving average at 104, 200-day moving average 106, 300-day moving average 86, just absolutely beat down. Now, we've been getting beat down really since the last earnings, where we did see a little bit of a pullback because, of the crypto trading. Now, there are some more positive news. There was, a great growth in the company as well. And then also, even recently, they released this venture fund, which allows retail investors access to pre-IPO opportunities. Do I really think that's a big deal? No, not really. I think a lot of people shouldn't be investing in pre-IPO stuff, but they are going to. But with that said, I still really like this company. As far as trade setups goes, just looking at one of the trade ideas, that's roughly a 30 DTE. We're past, our earnings. Next earnings are until April 28th. Expiration March 27th. That gives us free and clear of that big catalyst of earnings. We are earning about a 5.5%, a little over 5.5% return on our money here on Robinhood, right? So basically, if you don't know what this is called a cash secured put. What I'm saying is I'm willing to own 100 shares of Robinhood on March 27th. If it's trading at $67. If it's trading above $67, I don't buy the shares. I simply walk away with that $375 that I collected up front anyway. But if it's trading below $67 on March 27th, right, let's say it's trading at 65, 63, 60, I'm on the hook to buy the shares at 67, even though the share price may be trading at 63. And for taking that risk, we obviously get an insane return on collateral of over 5.5%. That's roughly a delta of 30 delta here, which is about a 30% chance of assignment, or the way I like to look at it, a 70% chance of not getting assigned and simply walking away with the premium. But the reality of the situation is this, guys. Understand that when you sell a cash secured put in your brokerage account, expect assignment. A lot of people right now are getting assigned, especially in our communities, and I see on groups and on YouTube, a lot of people are getting assigned Robinhood. A lot of people are getting assigned SoFi. These are very, very popular stocks to run this strategy on because they offer such insane premium. And what have I said since the beginning of this channel? When you're taking that big premium, that 5-6% in a month on your money, understand that is the biggest risk gauge. No matter if this delta only says, "Oh, there's only a 30% chance of you getting assigned." No, that is out the window in my opinion. This number, return on collateral, right? The $375 divided by 6,700, that is your ultimate return. That is your ultimate number to be looking at. What is my return? Because remember, everything in the market is already priced in. Okay, we are battling against algorithms here, and we are not day traders. We are simply dollar cost averaging into good quality companies and reaping the rewards on the other side of the trade when eventually they come back and recover, and we could sell covered calls, collect dividends if a dividend is offered. But I understand in these moments when things are going crazy, it's really scary. Trust me, it's not fun. But when you live through this a few times, it's just noise, right? It's literally just noise. Robinhood, SoFi, still incredibly good companies in my opinion that are, especially for retail investors. Like, I don't know anybody that doesn't have a Robinhood account, that doesn't trade through a Robinhood account. Pretty much everybody does. So much good news coming out about them doing cash secured put collateral, right? A lot of the new product suites that they're offering. I think it's, and even honestly, the P ratio is not out of whack. Like we could argue with like SoFi's P ratio is kind of out of whack, but it's not that crazy, right? When you look at Robinhood, whose P ratio is lower than Walmart's. Now, of course, Walmart, consumer staple, will be around probably for 100+ years, if not more. But still, right? Like still, Robinhood is like a growth stock, right? There's a lot more opportunity there for them with different products and services that they offer. But so that gives me a little bit more sense of comfort. But let me show you guys specifically how these puts work, right? So we go to the options chain here, and we're not buying options here, right? We are more like turtles. We're slow and steady. We have collateral. We want to lock up our collateral to make some gains. So what we do is we click sell a put, right? We're saying here we want to buy 100 shares of Robinhood, and then we select our expiration date. That's the date we'd want to buy 100 shares of Robinhood, right? A lot of people like to do like weeklies here, so I'll just go like 10 days out if I was going to do a weekly right now. And you could see if I was going to be like, hey, you know what? I'll buy it for, $68, right? I'll buy it for $68 in 10 days from now. I'd collect $206, not a little bit more, maybe $210 of premium. And I always like to toss everything into my cash secured put calculator. So I'll put 210 here. My collateral on that is $6,800, and all my calculators are free. Just attend the Ark Options workshop. First link in the description. I give them to you at the end. And you can see we're getting a 3% return in a 10-day period. This is high risk, guys. Look at what that is annualized. Please don't let anybody on YouTube tell you that this is not high risk. It is. It's a very high risk. No matter what this delta says, I'm actually curious. What does the delta say? 30 delta. No, that is way more higher, in my opinion, way higher chance of occurring for you, especially with the downtrend that Robinhood is seeing. If we're taking a look at the chart here, like I mentioned, there's a few key indicators that I like to look at when I'm selling options and dictating whether I should be selling calls or should I be selling puts. In this situation, I have my Bollinger Bands on there. I have the midpoint set to 30 for my Bollinger Band because I like to see my 30-day moving average. I've got my 50-day moving average and my 200 and 300-day moving averages, okay? Now, right towards here, this is the most important part with the Bollinger Band. We are now below this bottom Bollinger Band. Historically, when you look at stocks with Bollinger Bands overlaid, stocks dip under it, but oftentimes they will recover. That means they will bounce off that bottom Bollinger Band and kind of see a bit of a recovery, right? So if I go over like a 6-month chart here, it's a little bit easier to see. You could see we kind of dip below the bottom, see a little bit of recovery, hit the top, we kind of bounce off that, and we kind of just ping pong back and forth. It's not a guarantee, obviously. Look at this. We didn't bounce here. We didn't bounce here, right? We're kind of like hanging out and creating a support around this 71 level, which gives me a little bit more of a sense of comfort if I'm going to get into this trade. Obviously, I already mentioned we're already trading well below the 200, 300-day and 50-day moving averages. But now I'm hoping, right? I just had a really rough day here yesterday, down or nearly 6% again. Where does this knife fall? I want to see a few days of seeing some sort of stability in a stock like this, even though I want to DCA into this. I do. I genuinely want to start selling puts on Robinhood, but I have to be calm right now. For me, with a stock that is more of a growth stock, that I don't get a dividend, that isn't like a J&J or a Procter & Gamble or Pepsi or a Coke like I talk a lot about on this channel, I really take my time with, especially going into the tech sector stuff, because it has been, obviously really hot, and it is, let's be real, the conversation of AI, being able to replace a lot of companies. Do I think AI is going to replace like a Robinhood? No, I think Robinhood is a company that will actually embrace AI and launch a bunch of cool AI products to help investors. Do I think AI is going to hurt SoFi? No, I think SoFi is a forward-thinking company that's going to embrace AI to help people that keep their money with them. Do I think AI is going to hurt other brokerages that don't adapt and use AI and other banks? Yes, I do. But to me, I always think, hey, are these current companies very forward thinking? Are they adapting to the times? Yes, they are. And I think those companies, yes, they're getting beat up right now because they're investing a lot of money and capital and their capex for AI, their AI build out. But I do believe investors will reap those rewards in the future. It's just scary right now because a lot of the investors are just selling off and moving money to like different stocks, right? Like how many times have I talked about like boring crap on this channel, guys, that nobody really pays attention to? They're like, Pete, that's like so stupid. Why would I lock up money on like a Procter and Gamble or a J&J? But those are the companies that are absolutely exploding right now. Look at like a J&J here, has been oversold for literally the last like month. Let me quickly just sort here by RSI. Verizon, I cannot believe we're touching 50. J&J, Merck, Realty Income, Procter & Gamble, Colgate, Coke, Altria, right? How many of these, XLE, right? McDonald's, how many times? Kimberly-Clark, Kenvue, Pepsi, how many times did I mention these on the channel? Like over the past like literally year of shooting content on here all the time, but nobody cared when Procter & Gamble was trading towards its bottom Bollinger Band for quite literally all of 2025. But now guess what? Those people get to reap their rewards, right? And this is the same exact situation that's happening in tech. Just because a stock is dropping doesn't mean, oh, sell off your shares and run for the hills. I mean, do what you want. But for me, that means that screams opportunity. This is the time for me where I'm thinking I'm niching down a little bit. I'm thinking, hey, which are the companies right now that are performing, really well, that I believe have still good solid guidance, right, for their stock. They're embracing AI technologies. I'm specifically talking about tech and focusing in and honing in on 2 or 3 of them. I'm not spreading myself across like 10 different stocks in the tech sector. For 2 of the major ones for me, obviously, or SoFi, and as well as obviously Robinhood, which is the topic of today's video. And the way I plan to do this is scatter step my puts. So when I sell puts, right, I may do one that's like 30 days away. I might do one that's 24 days away. But before I pull the trigger on any of that, I need to see some stability with Robinhood. So we'll see what the rest of this week brings. I'll obviously keep you guys updated, and make sure you attend the Ark Options workshop down below. If you're a beginner, this is a must attend. You get my full trade log template. I actually see one of you in here right now. You could get my full trade log template to keep your trades all nice and organized, and you'll get my 2 premium calculators. As you see, I literally use these every single day. They're free at the end of that training. Plus, I even talk about our Option Seller School Mastermind, which is an amazing group of individuals that literally talk all day about selling options. I talk about that also at the end of that training. So click that first link in the description of today's video, guys. Remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.